Vaaree raised $4 million in a seed funding led by Peak 15 Surge. My colleague Ritu Singh caught up with its founder in their Bangalore store to find out how they plan to scale their business. Take a look.
India's online market for home decor products is expected to grow by $3.75 billion in the next 5 years, led by a surge in online shopping and smartphone penetration. And it is this kind of growth that young companies in this space like Vaaree want to cash in on. Now, Vaaree has just raised $5 million in its seed funding round led by Peak XV Surge and wants to use these funds to grow its team and invest in platform development. It started in 2022 as an online marketplace and has now opened its very first store here in Bengaluru, where I'm at, to catch up with its co-founder Garima Luthra to talk about the company's plans to scale ahead and its ambitions. Tell us about Vaaree. The word Vaaree, of course, I understand in Punjabi means excellent, I suppose. Yeah, so, how did the idea start? What led to you setting up the company? And, what are your ambitions with it?
Very interestingly, when I got married, me and Varun were setting up our house. The first home, how you want to set it up, you have some dreams, the color palette. We are all that Pinterest-inspired janta. So I was just scrolling through all the different things that I liked. I created my mood board. And everything we liked was just very expensive. Those designs, those prints were only available with luxury brands or premium brands. Yeah. And a cushion cover, a simple basic printed cushion cover would cost 1,600 rupees, which is a lot for us. Yeah. And they're all manufactured in India, and I couldn't really understand why such a price gap. Yeah. We started looking at the supply chain, we started looking for manufacturers who we thought have worked with them. So when we did the backward integration from textiles to woodwork to everything, we went back to the supply chain, got the stuff ready for our home at 1/4 the cost. Okay. And that's when we realized that what if we could do it for everyone, right? If we could create a platform where these manufacturers could list themselves, right? Like, we have to understand manufacturers are the backbone of our country today.
Tell us, with this $4 million that you raised, what you plan to do, and what is the total amount you raised so far, by the way?
So we did do a round before this seed round as well. It was a pre-seed round, which was done before the company incorporation, close to $500,000 earlier. Okay. That was done with some angels and friends and family. Yeah. After that, we've done this round. Now, this round is going to be used for expanding the team, for expanding the technology. For example, we'll be using AI for our cataloging automation, for inwarding, for cataloging, etc. Yeah. So that's how we're going to use the $4 million that we've gotten now.
Okay, but specifically with hiring and growing your team, what are your plans there?
So we're a team of about 40 people now. Okay. We are going to extensively invest in technology and therefore building that team. We believe that the team size should close to double with that.
Okay, this is your first offline store that you've set up. Tell us what your strategy is with online versus offline. How much of the sales do you envisage will come from offline stores versus online, and how many more do you plan to open?
The offline stores have a very different goal for us. It's not revenue. It is brand, right? So there were a couple of experiments that the team conducted, and they realized that when people touch and feel or see the brand in an offline presence, they trust more. Yeah. And therefore, the conversion on the online website from those PIN codes we saw rose. And therefore, the decision, and it was a very strategic decision for us to go forward and have a store in a good neighborhood, where also, so in the store today, if you look around, we have about 2,000 SKUs. On the website, we have more than 20,000. Okay. We'll never be able to get all those design range in a store, right? Yeah. We'll be doubling our number of SKUs on the website in next 6 months. So the aim is to reach 40,000 across different categories. So you'll see the 2,000 SKUs that have been picked are the SKUs that people in and around this area have chosen online and in the entire journey of Vaaree. Yeah. And we see a lot of walk-ins here. We'll also be having endless aisles where when you come and you see a few products here, you can scroll through the others. You can either place an order offline or online.
So this is only your first store, right? How many more will you open or do you plan to open?
So the plan is to only expand in Bangalore right now.
Okay.
But for brand purposes only in different corners.
Okay.
So not more than 3 within next 6 to 7 months.
Okay, so you're a little under 2 years old now. Give us a sense of how your monthly orders have grown and what is the kind of revenue that you're clocking.
So from last September to this September, we've grown 1000%. Right?
But that's on a small base.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now, not so small is what I'd want to also add now. But for the next year as well, we're planning to grow between 6x to 8x.
Okay.
So it's still there. We've also in the last 1 year, we've actually delivered 150,000 products
Okay.
to Indian households. We aim to touch 6x of more in the next.
And what will that
12 months.
translate to in terms of revenue?
Should be more than 3-digit number for over a year.
And when do you hope to break even? Or are you already profitable?
No, so it's a marketplace being built, right? We have very, very healthy unit economics. On gross margin levels, we are double-digit positive already. You would see not just gross margin level, even on every delivery as well. The unit economics are extremely positive.
Okay. Okay.
But for the others, we're 12-month-old, we're 18-month-old
Yes.
now as a business, right?
Yeah.
Give us some more time.
On that note, Garima, thank you very much for your time here on CNBC-TV18.
Thank you, Ritu.